John Hope Bryant. Um, there's a randomness to success. Did you know that? Let me give you an example. Well, if you're black or brown, and particularly if you're African American, the decks are actually stacked against you. So before we can get to randomness, like there was a 400-year uneven race, and my white friends were really designed through the system, not through their internal design, to win. And they reinforced that. And African Americans were designed by the external system to lose. So that we could be controlled, so that we would not put up a fight, so that we would not push back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was just business. It was just really bad business, but it was business. And now it's a new day, okay? And now there's another thing you're fighting. It's not love or hate so much, it's really radical indifference. So now there's a randomness to success in the last 30 years or so. I'll give you an example. And that's tipped against you too. I'm going to tell you how to level the playing field. Steve Jobs, who developed all of this, right? Steve Jobs was the son of a Jordanian immigrant. Did you know that? And this Jordanian immigrant from the Middle East, okay, got busy with this young white girl from the Midwest. Dad didn't like that. So Dad wanted to break up the relationship and said, "You're definitely not getting married. We're going to put this kid up for adoption." And so the lady, I'd love to find out where she is now and what she thinks about all this, but she gave him up for adoption. And the requirement was the child had to go to a high net worth family of high caliber, high, whatever, social standing and education. But the family that selected him bowed out. So they had to go to Plan B, random. And Plan B was his middle class family in San Francisco, Silicon Valley, the Bay Area. The Jobs family. Can't make this up. And the Jobs family happened to live in Silicon Valley. And around the corner from now Steve Jobs' adopted son was a young man named Wozniak, a tech genius. Steve Jobs was not a tech genius. He was a genius, not a tech genius. He was a genius in design and marketing and touch and feel. And these two guys got together, along with some others, and got in the garage, and you now know the whole rest of the story. Now, what if Steve Jobs had been adopted by a single black parent, a single black mother, no parent, no father at home, on the south side of Chicago? Same genius, same brilliance, same internal drive, same attention to detail, same I'm going to get it done, same hustle, same genius of application. He would become the biggest drug dealer, biggest gangster the South Side of Chicago has ever had, not because the South Side of Chicago produces gangsters, but because there's no legitimate economy there. And the role models are all bad. And if you heard me say it before at Operation Hope, in the book The Memo, and elsewhere, you heard me say it. If you hang around 9 broke people, what am I about to say? You'll be the 10th, okay? Whatever you hang around, you will be. You model what you see. Okay, let's flip the narrative now. So if there was an intentionality for some people not to win, and then there was a flipping of the script so that then it became just about randomness of, who knows you, where'd you grow up, what was your zip code. Your zip code is more an indication of your success or failure than your race is today. How do you level this playing field? You've got to be very intentional, very focused. Like, I am ruthless about my time. I'm generous with money, generous with advice, counsel, right? But I'm ruthless about how I invest my time and who I hang around with, because hurt people, and the opposite is also true. Toxicity is real. So you've got to do some very specific things if you want to win, and the decks are stacked against you. Credit score is a beautiful thing because math is not having an opinion. And credit score determines where you're going to work, because most employers would pull your credit before they will hire you. It determines where you're going to live, because landlords will pull your credit and pull a record of your timeliness of payments before they will let you move into their apartment. Of course, it is everywhere in credit decisions, and it affects your quality of life. It even affects your marriage because the number one cause of divorce is money. Credit score is one way you level the playing field. You've heard me say before, this is not the only piece of advice, this is one of them. You've heard me say before that a 700 credit score neighborhood don't riot. Okay, only 500 credit score neighborhood riot. Somebody's going to say, no, that's not true. In the last urban unrest, I saw some folks stealing stuff in all kind of rich neighborhoods. No, they wasn't. The riot wasn't there. It went there. They went there because that's what same reason why people rob banks, because that's where the money is. They went there and they bounced. But that was not where the rioters were from, and that's not where the rioting was within. It was a riot that emanated from a 500 credit score neighborhood and the frustrations there. George Floyd was murdered, by the way, in a 500 credit score neighborhood. Another video for another time. And yes, most all the other unfortunate police shootings as well. It's about poverty, right? So I want to get you out of the mindset of poverty. I want to get you into a different mindset. I want you to focus, obsessively focus on your dreams. That you don't have the magic of compounded interest, that's fine. Then I want you to have the magic of compounded hustle. I want you to have good habits. I want you to learn to read books again, okay? I want you to look around at who you're hanging around, right? How you're spending your time, right? I want you to figure out how are you setting your life up for success? What's your environment like? Are you a consumer? Or you are an investor in yourself, right? Are you just consuming content on this phone? Or is it a dumb phone, or is it a smartphone? If it's a smartphone, then that means that you are using it for its intended purpose, which is knowledge and smart apps and financial transactions and things that make you better. If it's a dumb phone, you're just using it to look up somebody's rap video or whatever, right? So I want you to think about everything you do in your life and in your day with intentionality. I want you, if you have children, I want you to think about how you're talking to your children, right? Again, you gotta level the playing field here. Your kid screws up. You don't say, hey, you screw up. You say, hey, Joe Blow, you messed up and I'm upset, you future attorney, you future entrepreneur, you future engineer. I want you to talk them right into their success with intentionality. I want you to have no buts next to your name. That's right. When I walk into a room, when I walk out of that room, you can say you like me, you can say you don't like me. I'd rather you like me, I'd rather you respect me and learn to like me than like me and never respect me. But here's what you won't say on merit. When I walk out of that room, you won't say but. You won't say, I respect that John. I like that John Bryant. But I'd like to do business with that John Bryant. But, I'd like to invest in one John Bryant's ventures. But, I want to invest in Operation Hope and what the good work they're doing in community. But, that but kills you, okay? And you've got to make sure there's no, if you are stuck in the randomness of this world, and you don't have relationship capital, and you don't have a rich uncle, and you don't have a trust fund, and you don't have a hookup, you need to create an environment, a situation, as they say in my neighborhood, where you can level the playing field based on the excellence of what you bring to the table, and there's no but next to your name. So they may walk you off the stage because they think, they don't like the way you dress or the way you flow or whatever, or maybe it is racism, but then you just learn to take no for vitamins. But you over it, around it, through it, you're going to get to it, and you're going to not be denied on merit, and you're going to be twice as smart as everybody around you, because you're going to get up earlier, you're going to stay up later, you're going to miss your break that everybody else is taking, you're going to study when everybody else is partying, and you're going to go get your glory because you realize that either this world is designed itself against you, or it's the randomness of this world that is going to hook up somebody who's already destined to be hooked up because they're in the environment of success. Why do you go to Harvard? Why does someone go to Harvard? Great university, great school. I've gone there and got some advanced classes. I graduated from their program. But why go there and spend 5 times as much as you would at another university? Why? Easy. Because the class of 2020 at Harvard is going to hook each other up for the next 20 years. It's a club. I want you to be part of your own club. It's a club called Success and Relentlessness. I'm out. John Hope Bryant. Pass it on. Share, share, share.